Make way for the #1 hero. Deku joins Risk of Rain 2. This mod by Teal introduces Deku as a Swiss Army knife type fighter, who, unlike All Might, has to use more than just punches to get the job done. Given that he's the 9th wielder of One for All, he has all kinds of tricks up his sleeves to help even the odds, such as having a meter that allows him to use various super skills, and he scales uniquely with the Risk of Rain 2 leveling system and gains powered up skills at level 10 and level 20. To access all of his unique abilities, he actually has 2 stances that denote which skills he'll be using. Starting out with his Might style. This form is mostly about getting up close and personal with enemies, and using your Fajin to gain armor and stay in the fight. Once you're out of juice, you'll switch and then start picking enemies off from afar with his Shoot style. His primary and Might style is a 1-2 punch combo that deals 100% damage. However, if you're far enough away, the enemy will gain a reticle around them and you'll fly towards them, dealing 150% damage instead. While definitely mediocre at first, as you level up this move becomes devastating. When you aren't maxed out, however, this move is okay, but needs to be used in combination with the rest of your kit to stay alive. For his secondary skill, he has his iconic Delaware Smash, a charge type move that allows you to charge up for up to double damage, and releases an AoE blast around you, similar to a shotgun. Now, just like a shotgun, this move also blasts you backwards from where you're aiming. While an unorthodox movement option, you'll be relying on this a lot to stay alive, as it's a perfect burst to get up in the air. His third ability is Fajin, granting you 150% damage and 5% of your max HP per hit as a barrier. This ability costs 30 stocks to use, and each hit grants you a singular stock back. This move is Deku's bread and butter, as you'll always want this up if you plan on entering close combat with any enemy, as you're fragile. Regardless, you'll want this move up as much as possible to prevent you from dying. You regenerate charges for it as you deal damage, and as long as you're in a big enough group of enemies, you're able to keep this active for very long periods of time. Moving on to this form's super moves, you have 3 to choose from. Each can be chosen with a directional input: neutral for level 1, backward for level 2, and forward for your level 3. For his level 1, he does a quick punch to the ground dealing 800% damage. A great move to just throw out while you're on the run, before mixing in your other abilities. For your level 2, he summons an upward pillar of energy that deals 4 times 300% damage and scales with attack speed. This is easily one of his best supers, as it hits on a large radius around you, comes out incredibly fast, and syncs with Deku's major need for attack speed items. For his level 3, you begin charging up a punch for a max of 2400% damage. When you release, you travel to the reticle and create a massive explosion around you. I find this move really underwhelming, as the amount of damage for the time to charge, as well as how much meter it costs, doesn't seem worth it when you could instead spam your level 2 or just save up your meter for a handy revive. Swapping over to Shoot style, what it lacks in power it more than makes up for in mobility. This style easily makes Deku more agile than Loader, which means he's incredibly fun to play and swing around the map with. If you have at least 1 bar of meter, you'll spend it when switching styles and unleash a quick attack, which is great for landing on enemies and continuing the flow of combat. His primary is a bullet that deals 100% damage, and on crit ricochets up to 5 enemies. This move, much like his other primary, is really weak to start off with, and only gets exponentially stronger with the more levels you have. You might notice that's a trend with this character. This move also bounces off of enemies that have the combo debuff, which can be applied with his secondary skill is a flying kick that deals 300% damage and rebounds you with a successful hit. It's also great as a utility move as you can use the dash in any direction. This move also applies the combo debuff, which is great for stacking on larger enemies and then proceeding to shoot them to hit everyone else around. It's like a built-in ukulele. His shoot style third ability is Float Sense, a dash type move. On the ground, it's a simple dash that grants you iframes and can be aimed in any direction. Pretty simple. In the air, this skill is much better, granting immense movement opportunity, which is incredibly fun. You easily have the best movement options in the entire game. Moving on to his supers, his level 1 is a piercing shockwave that deals 300% and is perfect for playing ping pong with yourself, as you can bounce off with your secondary and then continue to chain the moves. His level 2 grapples all enemies around you and slams them into the ground, stunning them, dealing 300% damage. This move is fantastic, as it automatically grabs everything around you and funnels it directly in front of you, perfect for grouping together all the enemies. For his final super, he does a superpowered drill kick that drills through enemies before exploding. It deals 5 times 150 damage and scales with attack speed, and very similar to his level 1, this one is excellent for ping-ponging with yourself and weaving in between groups of enemies. Unlike characters like Goku,
It's me, Go!
These super moves are more meant to be supplementary to the rest of his kit rather than the main focus. So you're going to be using these a lot as you're playing and shuffling through all of them. Deku's final ability is Black Whip, which you can use in any form. You can use this by pushing 3 or 4, and it works the exact same as Loader's Grapple, allowing you to weave all around the map. And considering that Loader is a fantastic character, probably the best in the game, having 2 grapples on this character is a great boon. Given that it's on the 3 and 4 keys, it can be a bit awkward to use, but it's still fun. Alright, moving on to items. Deku is actually super simple to build around. The only things you need are attack speed and healing. Unlike base game characters where you need a variety of items, Deku really only needs a few select items, as his other skills allow him to easily compensate for any items he may be lacking. You'll really want attack speed. Items like Soldier's Syringe, Mocha, or Berserker's Pauldron. Deku has really low DPS until your skills start upgrading, so getting a head start on this is always nice. Without it, your attacks are fairly mediocre until late game. Backup mags are also critical for giving you greater control of your movement options. Next, you want some healing items like Healing Flask, as it'll save you in case you use too many supers and dipped your health too low. And things like Leeching Seed, Bungus, the basics. And that about does it. Wrapping up here, Deku is no Goku, and if you go in playing him with that expectation, I think you'll be pretty disappointed. He's more of a jack-of-all-trades character that gets noticeably more powerful once you start to level up more. What you lack in power, he really makes up for with his incredibly fun movement. Balancing all your skills and constantly switching is incredibly fun. With that being said, let me know if you disagree in how Deku should play, or if there's another character you want me to cover. With that, I'll leave you with this boss fight against Mithrix. See you next time.
I am here! Now! It's me, Goku!